Okay. All right, we're good on those. And then the last one is the.
Soylent Green.
So that one's a conspiracy theory?
Nigga. Is it?
I don't know. You're about to fucking sell me on it. But let's get it started. How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Brian back at it again with another episode of the High Notes Podcast. As always, I'm joined here with my co-host, AP. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. AP. So this episode, we have a very interesting episode with a very wide mix of topics. We're going to be ranging all the way from squirrels in North America have been spotted with weird, mysterious growths growing out of their face. Then we're going to talk about the epidemic going on in Atlanta. And then from there, we're going to move to the Soylent Green story. McNasty, let's get it started. What the fuck is happening with these squirrels? Can you explain this shit to me?
So squirrels have pus-filled warts all over their faces, oozing out. Disgusting looking creatures.
Okay.
They're being dubbed zombie squirrels. Now, Brian, if you're outside, you're refilling your bird feeder, right?
Okay.
And then, it's all nice and tidy. And you see a squirrel with pus and warts on his face running right at you. What is your first initial thought?
Gun. I'm shooting the fuck out of it. No questions asked. I'm shooting it in the face. Dead. I'm being honest. You guys knew what I was gonna do.
Now, do you remember a couple weeks ago in Colorado where the bunnies were having like thorn warts?
I saw that as well.
Coming out of their faces as well.
I saw that as well. Do we have like an actual explanation on what exactly is happening?
Yeah, so apparently it's a virus that they're susceptible to. It's like a pro virus. It just makes them act up to where they have these abnormal growths on their face. Now, mild cases, it doesn't kill them. It kind of just passes, like when you're sick, like you have the flu, you feel.
It just do the warts and all of that growths, like they just fall off.
That's it. It heals itself. Now that's mild cases. Severe cases, the growths get so bad that it starts impairing their eyes, their ability to breathe, and their ability to eat. So they either starve to death, or they just do some nut shit because they can't see. You know what I'm saying?
So this is similar to I think it's either wild boars or there's another type of animal that grow like a husk out like for their teeth, like they grow the husk out, and then eventually if they don't shave it down through either
it
grows right back into their faces. Yeah, I've heard about stuff like that.
That happens to like a lot of other horned animals that if you think about it, it just keeps growing. Eventually, it pierces the skin. Either you survive that and the horn grows into your brain, or you die of an infection.
Which is insane.
Yeah, so there's videos that I've seen of people actually cutting the horns off an animal because it's growing too long or growing into the animal itself. But back to the squirrels.
You're off topic again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the actual virus is called fibromatosis for the squirrel.
Is this a danger to me as a human?
So no, it doesn't affect humans, and it doesn't affect mostly other animals.
But can I transmit it to another animal?
You could. If you play around with fucking squirrels in your backyard, you could be an active spreader of this disease. Okay. Now, ways to prevent it, usually keep everything tidy. Let's say you do have a bird feeder, like I was saying before. Okay. Make sure that shit's cleaned up all the time. So it spreads because the bacteria gets into other animals. So
I see.
Messing around with it, you know what I'm saying? And then another squirrel comes by and now he has it.
So technically this virus unintentionally has started to harm squirrels because of how every animal has their own immune system. Technically, even though this affects squirrels, it won't affect us specifically. Okay. Now that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
So this happens. I know you were very excited when you heard about the story because you said something about the animals are digivolving. Don't know what that means, but that's the actual reason why this is happening. Okay. Now, it probably pops up a lot of the time, or it's the season for it. So why do you think people are just catching wind of this now?
Because it's summer and people are actually outside finally.
That's a good reason.
Yeah. Is it up north or is it also down south? Is it everywhere? Where is this? Where are we finding this?
It's mostly up north, northeast.
It's because of summer then. Yeah, that makes the most sense.
What's Colorado, and that'll be the middle.
They're a mixed climate. There's some places that are really cold, and there's other places that'll still get like a little bit of that southern heat. So it depends on how far north or south into the state that you go.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Squirrels, shout out to Bunnies, man.
We'll keep an update on this story in case they do turn into violent little zombies and how the zombie apocalypse is going. But moving on to the next subject here, McNasty. What the hell is going on in Atlanta? Have you seen this new trend that has become popular amongst the youths in the ATL? Have you seen this on Instagram, online, on the news? It's being covered on the news. That's how serious of a topic it is.
Like national?
Yes, like I've seen it on the news, like actual news articles regarding this.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So,
you know how I know that this is actually more of a bigger story than other things that are being talked about? I had old heads at my job talking about it. I was like, there's no reason why you should know what a little YN in Atlanta is doing.
But think about it, bro. It was bound to happen, bro. First, it was skinny jeans, right?
All right.
Everybody was saying that's crazy.
All right.
Then it popped off. Very popular in the Dominican community. Say it's not.
Skinny, unfortunately. I will give you that.
All right, so remember that phase, right? Then what else they did? Then they started painting their nails. And then that popped off. Mm-hmm. And remember, everybody was saying, yo, that's kind of crazy.
That was insane.
Now they're pushing the envelope again.
Okay.
And they're wearing skirts. Mini skirts.
I feel like this is one of those situations where you are correct. This was an evolution. And I don't even think it was like Dominicans wearing skinny jeans that really got us here. I think the most...
Everybody wore skinny jeans. Well, I'm just saying the impact it has on the Dominican...
Disproportionate.
Yeah, everybody was rocking skinny jeans, bro.
But what's it called? I'm talking about like, if you go back to 2016, Young Thug. Do you remember back on that one album where he was wearing a dress? You remember that album, how controversial that picture was when he dropped?
And then they started wearing dresses.
But you know what's crazy? People at least understood that Young Thug was an artist, and artists do like weird shit like this all the time.
Young Thug was getting heat for that too, though.
He was getting heat, but then once you figured out why he was wearing the dress, it was like, that's kind of tough.
What was his reason?
He had a gun underneath the dress. He really had that shit tucked up on him, bro. That was literally how they sold him wearing a dress to all of these little YNs back in the day. I'm being so serious. That's in the music industry. That's how it was being sold. So Young Thug had like an actual reason for why he was dressed like that. It was like you gonna tell that nigga he wearing a dress? You gonna pull that shit, let it ring a couple times, you won't even remember your life.
Yo, if I'm about to die and the last moments I have is watching a grown ass man pull a gun out of a dress, I'll be so upset, bro. I'll really be upset, bro.
All right, now here's my question. So since you understand that Young Thug is really about that, do you think a little YN in the ATL not gonna wipe you off the mat in a heartbeat if you start clowning them? Bro. Are you testing somebody in public?
Nah, I'm not gonna test nobody for wearing a skirt. Okay. But I'm saying it's like,
but doesn't that make them more hard because you know you not gonna say shit?
That is a fact though.
All right, I can see the logic. I see the logic. You really gotta be Himothy.
Who's gonna tell me not to do this?
Who's gonna tell you not to do this? What do you mean?
Like that's their mentality. Like, who's gonna tell me not?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, like I personally think that is actually, if they're like not gay or anything like that,
doing it for a fashion statement.
I get that. But it's not just fashion at that point, because somebody's gonna test them, especially in the down south. Someone's gonna test them down south.
Yeah, but I feel like in ATL, they have a big
LGBTQ plus AIA, EIEIO
community, so they wouldn't get pressed like that.
Okay.
In ATL. You're talking about like the boondocks of Alabama or some shit like that.
No, because you're still down south. So down south has a really like religious background.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
To the people back there.
Yeah. But I'm saying like Young Thug started that, you think?
I think he was the founder of this. I really do. This is something that he popularized way before anybody else. He is influential as fuck down south, bro.
Nah, because Dennis Rodman wore a dress.
Do you think he started this?
I feel like somebody started it.
But who do you
But as a fashion statement, nah, because Dennis Rodman wore it because he married himself on some hard shit.
Wait, what?
This nigga went and married himself.
McNasty.
Wedding dress.
What are you talking to me about? Can you run this back? My brain did not process that statement.
So listen, you know Dennis Rodman, right?
I know who he is. Yes.
He's low key like
Kim Jong-un's best friend.
he really out here completing side quests, and you can't even hate on him, bro.
How many people can say that they know Kim Jong-un on a personal level outside of the U.S.?
Nobody.
Not a single soul in. Bro, that is insane, bro. That is insane.
He fucking went and wrestled before an NBA Finals championship game, bro. He went to WWE, teamed up with like NWO, wrestled, and then he had like a game the next day for the NBA Finals. He didn't care.
Yo, he really was him, bro.
Like during playoffs, just because his head wasn't right. Like their team was in the playoffs, going for a three-peat, and this guy is in Vegas.
No, bro, that's actually insane. Now that you break it down like that.
But back to the YNs. I don't think this fashion trend is gonna pop off. It's probably. I feel like it's gonna die down quickly.
Okay.
Unless a rapper just starts spamming it.
Which rapper?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Who do you think would take a fashion risk like that?
And actually pull it off and get away with it?
Yeah, like actually like be able to just on stage every time, like that's his attire type shit.
If I had to think of one rapper that could probably get away with that, it'd probably be like Bad Bunny. He gets away with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. How about Melly's favorite, Playboy Cardi? He's actually from Atlanta though. I think
if he did it, that'd probably be the nail in the coffin for a lot of motherfuckers that listen to him. I ain't gonna lie.
So,
that might be he has a loyal fucking following. But I feel like you ever watched the Boondocks where Riley had a fascination with
Yo, that actually happened in the Boondocks. Now that I think about it. Yo, they called it.
No, they dead ass did.
Yo, that's crazy. That shit.
Nah. They predicted the few. Is that the next Simpsons, bro?
Yeah, they're on the Simpsons level.
Nah. That show's goated. That shit is insane. But McNasty, moving on to even crazier. Is this technically news? So something that came across our feed was these night movers. Essentially, in Japan, they practice this. What do you even describe this at? Like the art of professionally disappearing? Yeah.
Getting wiped out the map.
If you ever heard the stories of like people like essentially like killing themselves, but like in order to like make themselves disappear, like at least through documents and paperwork. So
yeah, they don't for these night movers specifically, they don't present themselves as dead. They literally just get up and disappear like they never existed. Maybe they left a note or something. But when you could essentially pay to get yourself vanished in a literal sense, where you would be at the spot, you meet them at night, they'll take you to a whole different part, give you new identification, and then you're set to go. Like, this is your new life now.
So the name of this practice in Japan, it's so common that it actually has a name. It's called Johatsu. And essentially it refers to the act of a person voluntarily disappearing, arranging their own disappearance to escape an unbearable situation. So essentially you pay these night movers is how they call them. That's how they refer to them. And they come and they literally, like McNasty said, they will come and disappear you, not just in real life, but also online. So due to the fact that Japan has really strong privacy laws when it comes to your online presence, they also help you to erase your identity online. Like, that's insane, McNasty. You know how hard it is to make something on the internet disappear?
Yeah, but at the same time, I get it. Because in Japan, like, they're very work focused. Like, they encourage you to take a nap at work. Like that. And let's say you have a business meeting. Let's say you don't even drink, right? And there's a business meeting after where they go out and drink. You have to drink with them. I've seen countless pictures of businessmen still in their suits, just passed out drunk by like the train station.
See, but the problem is with that is a mentality that was built in by America. We instilled that capitalist like mentality of work in other countries. That's why like places like South Korea and Japan tend to have that type of culture. Other places don't tend to be like that, where the alcohol consumption like frequency is higher than the US, but you don't see that same mentality when it comes to like their work ethic. Like for instance, in Europe and places like that, like they love to drink in Europe. I think the drinking legal age in Europe is like 16 or some shit like that. But that is not the same mentality when it comes to their work ethic. They normally in Europe they work like 30 hours compared to like Japan and South Korea, where they're doing like 50 plus hours easily weekly.
Apparently there's like an alarm that sounds that everybody should stop working. And like that's like, all right, the work day's over, but people ignore that shit and keep working. That's crazy.
No, that is actually insane.
But wait, sorry to cut you off. Going back to the actual story, I think that's like a big factor. Like people just get probably so burnt out. They're like, yo, fuck this. Let me just be out. I'm letting my family know I'm just out, and then you just start your whole new life, like just free roaming.
Well, shit. But here's a deeper explanation to how this night moving operation itself works. So essentially, a Jungi company or the night movers, they operates with extreme secrecy. They might look like a regular moving or actual delivery service to avoid suspicion from neighbors or the family members. And then they move to execute as quickly as possible, almost always in the dead of night. In a matter of hours, they can pack a person's essential belongings and transport them from where they are to a secret location that no one else is aware of. These services often do more than just belongings. They can help secure anonymous apartments in distinct cities or provide advice on how to stay off the grid and help create a plausible new existence. And they make sure to cut all ties. So the core of the Johatsu is severing every link to that person past. So that means you have to abandon your social media, changing your phone numbers, and never contacting your friends and family ever again. That is actually terrifying. They should make like this is a great Netflix documentary.
I mean,
I would watch the shit out of that.
If it's documented, then it's not a secret, bro.
But the people after the fact.
Like follow the people through the process.
So your son disappeared, you're gonna want to put a camera in that nigga face. Talk to the Netflix.
It is if this is so common, there's no way that the people that are disappearing never in the future come back. Like let's say that so some of the reasons why they explain that you might use a service like this, if you were like a family disgrace or something like that, you might want to disappear.
Why would you come back if you're a disgrace?
But listen,
what if in that time that you have left and gone through life, matured in life, you better yourself, and now you're a multi-billionaire? You might want to come back.
How often does that happen, though?
Not that often, but I'm just giving you like an example of something that might lead to somebody.
I think if you spending that money to go, you gonna go. They set everything up for you. That's
Okay.
it. This is your new life, and that's the extreme.
Nah, I can see that, especially with like Japanese people. They tend to be like very honor bound. They are extremely like held to honor. Honor is pretty much like they live and die by the sword, literally.
Yo, they're paying people to go over there to repopulate them.
In Japan?
You take that bread.
How much they paying me?
I think it's like $60K.
I can try to convince my girlfriend. I ain't gonna lie. Honey, I have to actually do this to save the world.
Man, not bad.
Nah, 60 bands is a good chunk of money too. You can, all right. So for 60 bands, Japan is actually cheaper to live in than here in the States. It's actually on average way cheaper to live in Japan than it does
But
here.
some of those apartments in Japan be some bullshit.
It does. It is like that in some places of the major cities.
Like if you're in the city, you living in a closet, and if you want the nicer stuff, you get something all right for like $400, but you're gonna be a little bit farther. You're gonna have to go to the train station, ride your little bike around town, or you could Naruto run. That's what I would do. I would Naruto run around the town. Feel me?
What I talking about?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, it would be cheaper. You in Japan, but you living in a closet. So
Essentially, yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. It's not. Is it worth it?
Is it worth it to live in Japan of all places? Yeah. There's a lot of history in Japan, and a lot of shit gets done in Japan. Like low key, I would say that they're probably the third or second largest entertainment creator in the world, like just general entertainment. Like think about all the video games that come out of Japan. Think about all the movies that come out of Japan.
I think
What movies come out of Japan?
What do you mean? The Godzilla series. That's Japan. That's a Japanese. What's it called? Story.
Nobody got more movies than India.
Well, that's just because they're just doing anything.
I seen a dude fight a flying python,
what?
and then when he punched it, it was like the explosion.
Like the clip art.
Fucking style explosion type shit. Yeah. Oh nah, that is fucking crazy.
And then he walked away in slow motion, and I was like, nah, because that shit probably went hard as fuck.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That is sometimes that comes on my feed where it's like the dude that plays like a superhero. You ever seen that? And it's like
He has a Batman mask. Yeah, I seen it. Some kid dropped like a cinder block off the.
Nah, some of it is actually extremely creative, and that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit does it. That shit does it.
What's that called over there? It's not called Hollywood. It's
Bollywood. It's Bollywood. It's a Bollywood movie. Nah,
They be doing some shit, bro.
shit. Nah, definitely take a scroll down India's side of entertainment. That shit is weird to say the least. All right, gentlemen, but that brings us to the ad break. Do you guys want to tell the audience where they could find all of our socials if they're interested in following us on other platforms?
Just join us on our link tree. You can find all our videos and podcasts on YouTube, YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, and Castbox. Join our conversation in our Discord. And Melly, take it off.
And if you're really liking this, you can follow us on our social media, Instagram, X, whatever, on our TikTok as well. And yeah.
All right, McNasty. But moving on to the last subject here. McNasty, Trump has proposed that he wants to relocate all of the homeless people. What do we think on this, McNasty?
See, he could relocate them, but that doesn't solve the issue of them being homeless. They just gonna be homeless somewhere else.
Agreed. It doesn't actually solve the root of the problem. It only moves it out of sight. Now, isn't this technically the plot line to that South Park episode where there was all these homeless people in California?
Yeah.
Wasn't this the entire plot line?
Yeah, but listen, man, I knew something was gonna happen. If you go back to the earlier episode where I was talking about the fires in LA, right?
Okay.
They're planning to do the Olympics in LA.
I heard about this, correct?
That this fire was orchestrated to clear out all that land so they could build a new city on top of, like, a whole new city, nice as fuck.
Okay.
And now you're saying you're relocating all the homeless people. So now you,
But they're getting relocated in DC, not in California.
it's gonna spread out, bro. If it works in DC, they're gonna do it again. But I'm saying the act of them relocating homeless people one time, even if it's in DC or LA, it don't matter. They're still doing it. Like, you think they're not gonna stop just because it's not DC? Everybody getting the fuck up out of there. So they could build their new city and then the Olympics could come. Mark this, I'm telling y'all this.
McNasty, I feel like you're so far from coming to the actual conclusion, but yet somehow on the complete opposite spectrum of how I see what's happening right now with this homeless situation. You are correct. I completely agree with you. They will eventually expand this out and try this in other cities. I will agree with you. Now, the end game, I don't agree with that this was just to expand all the way to California and then clear out for the Olympic Games. You find other justifications.
They're doing it, listen, because you're not thinking. You're thinking like a worker ant. I'm thinking like the hive master. So look, this is what they're going to do, right? They're going to say, we're moving all the homeless people out of DC.
Okay.
They're going to justify it's because it's the White House or whatever, however they using to justify it. And it's like, oh, it's just the main area of DC, you know, and it'll reduce the crime rate and all this other stuff.
Some bullshit. Don't make something.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do there, right? Then they're going to do it in some other random ass spot that you didn't think of. Then that's when the second rage of outcry is going to happen, right? They're going to be like, why you keep doing this? Why you keep doing this? While everybody's focused on that, they already got like 100 fucking school buses lined up in California taking niggas out. And then the news is going to break that they did it in multiple locations. Everybody's going to be in fucking up in arms. Now, the real question is, where are they taking all these homeless people?
They're taking them to concentration camps. That's literally...
Where are they located at?
I don't know the ones in DC. I don't know specifically where they're going, but they are going to a concentration camp.
Well, you can't just say that. Is that confirmed?
Yes, that's literally their goal. They are going to house these people, which is essentially round them up and then put them into concentration camps. They're not saying if they're going to actually fund for like the mental health services a lot of these people need, the actual like rehab that a lot of these people need. They're not saying if they're doing any of that. So they're going to concentration camps, essentially to go die.
So what are they doing there? Free labor?
I don't fucking know what they're doing there. They're definitely not going to get any type of help. They cut everybody else's services off. You think they're going to give homeless people stuff?
You can't just go around saying...
I can make a lot of assumptions. So far,
You're getting riled up. Get riled up.
rails. These people are off the rails. So that's exactly what I think is about to happen. And want to know why I think this, McNasty? What? Because I've been paying attention to how this administration is moving. They are dangerously close to just mimicking what Nazi Germany went through. So Nazi Germany did something very similar to this. So it wasn't, everybody thinks that like Hitler came into power and it was like overnight, like, oh, he took over everything. No, it was real slow. So they started off, oh, okay, well, I'm now in power. I'm going to make a change to this. And then a little bit to that. And then a little bit to that. And by the time that the public came to realize it, man, the death camps had been running for years. They didn't even realize most of those camps were running. That's how bad it got like over time. Everybody thinks that it happened instantly. That's not how it happened. Now, January 6th was Trump's beer hall putsch. So if you guys don't know what that is Hitler's first attempt at a coup. Just like Trump, it failed. Unlike Trump, Hitler actually went to jail because the government actually wasn't at the time.
Hey, you can't hold any of it. Restarted at the time.
What do you mean?
Restarted.
Restarted what?
They were restarted.
Oh, they were restarted at the time. I apologize. That was a misspoken word there. So, essentially after that, Hitler then gets released from jail, and because of all of the outcry and sentiments that the U.S. public gave to that case, they actually let him out early because they kind of agreed with a lot of the shit that he was crying on about. So he actually got a lot of sentiment from the U.S. Did you know that Henry Ford, the guy that literally found Ford Motor Companies, is actually one of his biggest supporters and actually one of his greatest investors? Like Hitler, in Mein Kampf and in other writings, has actually talked well about Henry Ford. And Henry Ford, during the war, actually made vehicles for Germany. Wow. Yeah, using their labor. Crazy shit. Now, McNasty, I'm going a little bit off topic there. Let's run it.
You are off the hinges.
No. But let's run it back. So right now, we had Hitler in our country, Mr. Trump. He made his little great attempt at January 6th at his little coup. It failed. He was right on the verge of going to jail. But then another automaker leader stepped in, funded his campaign, bada bing, bada boom. He's now in power. McNasty, am I far off, McNasty?
That's your man's Elon.
Am I far off? I'm not far off on my theory.
So listen, man. You're going a little off the hinges here.
Okay.
All right. The concentration camp thing was a little out there, but I get what you're saying.
But no, that's what they're telling us. We know they're going to go to concentration camps. They don't have no other options. Where are they? They didn't build facilities.
Do that though.
The government. This is what they're telling.
But what did they exactly say? No way. They're saying homeless people are going to concentration.
Let me get the actual.
They said.
Let me get the actual terminology that they're using. But this is exactly what they're telling us. So let's actually here to make sure that I'm not getting this incorrectly.
Language of the order from the White House so you can see a little bit of it for yourself. It says it is targeted at removing, quote, vagrant individuals from our streets and redirects federal funds towards programs that tackle substance abuse. This order seeking to shift federal grant funding to states and cities that enforce prohibitions on urban camping, enforce prohibitions on drug use, and adopt policies allowing people with serious mental illnesses or substance abuse disorders to be forced into treatment.
You are spazzing out.
Where are they going to send them, McNasty?
That's for us to find out. What I'm thinking is, it's not going to be a concentration camp. When you said that, I knew that shit was wild. First of all.
McNasty,
I admit you're wrong.
I'm not going to admit I'm wrong because I know I'm going to be proven right.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to.
I will be proven right with time. I predicted this administration all the way through already. I know how it's going to end.
So do you know that they're taking these homeless people for the Soylent Green?
McNasty, where the fuck are you taking me, McNasty? All right, what? All right, go for it.
Have you seen the movie Soylent Green?
No, I have not. What's it about?
So it's about a dystopian, futuristic. Actually, this movie was made like in the 70s.
Okay.
And the time was 2022. Like that's where the future was.
Okay.
Now, due to like overpopulation, pollution, and stuff like that, the world has resorted to eating humans.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so they're not going to.
They would take
McNasty.
the humans to like a warehouse facility underground. They will chop them up and they will sell it to you. Nobody knows that humans are in the food. Now, is it that crazy?
McNasty, are we gonna?
Is it that crazy?
Are you proposing that we are going to be eating these homeless people in the near future? What are you proposing? What are you proposing then, McNasty?
If you really think about it, Soylent Green, because look,
He didn't even say thinking cap on. He's just going for it.
you have the rules for like ground beef. You know, there's like people who lost their fingers and their hands in that shit, right?
Okay.
Right? And you know how there's like a certain amount of bugs that could be in the foods for it to be deemed safe?
Legally, yes, there is a limit of how much like rat poop and shit like that you can have. I have heard of that.
So why don't you just throw fucking Clarence's pinky in there? Just sprinkle a little bit on there. Nobody would ever know.
Nasty.
And that's how we get like the cheap shit from Walmart. You ever like you can taste the difference? Nah, be for real though.
You know what?
Like
in this week, the news they actually announced that the shrimp at Walmart. They actually told everybody to stop eating it because they've actually found like radioactive material in it.
that shit was probably glowing green. Nobody gave a fuck. They literally bagged it up and shipped it out.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Fucking fucking insane.
Like, you know how many like salmonella breaks there are? And like, I would be like, oh, yeah, it arrived at the store. 150 people bought it. Yo, there's an outbreak, guys. Chill out.
What if there's like a foreign country? What if there's a foreign like country that's right now like harboring all of the fucking shrimp because they're trying to make nukes? Can you imagine that?
Bro, like, how you not know that shit's like,
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
where were they collecting these shrimp from? What ocean? I'm scared now.
Shit. Crazy. Look, radioactive shrimp, radioactive squirrels and bunnies. There's something in the water supply or something, bro.
There might be, McNasty. There might be.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little off topic.
McNasty, all right, if I had to give your Soylent Green conspiracy like a rating, I'd probably give this like a 1.
You're crazy.
I'd give this a 1.
This is like the most believable one.
Me saying concentration camps is too far. We're gonna be eating the homeless.
You said that, and you said concentration camps just because you wanted to say that Trump's Hitler. That's really why you said that.
Not really. That was just part of the tangent. I was off on a tangent. I have a side story that I wanted to talk about regarding that. I could go on that tangent, but I haven't.
Please.
I could go on a tangent, but I haven't. We'll save that for another episode. I have a rant to go.
It's just already, we gotta cut some of this shit up. That shit's not gonna pass the YouTube verification.
Now, crazy enough, YouTube is a lot more lenient than the other platforms, depending on what you're talking about. I picked that up. YouTube is way more lenient with the shit you talk about. Did you know they actually changed their terms of service not that long ago? Where in the past it used to be like you couldn't curse within the first couple of minutes or couple of seconds of a video. Yeah. They kind of changed that now, and they actually allow you to curse at the start of an episode.
But you know why though? Mm-hmm. I feel like it's because of all the streamers. Because if you notice, all the streamers are just uploading clips. Mm-hmm. They would have to blur out their chat because of that rule.
Yeah.
So if somebody was cursing in that chat, they basically had to blur out that whole thing.
Or they would get demonetized. Like that. That's extreme.
But if you think about it, like they did good by changing that rule because now they're just going to get more videos uploaded onto YouTube.
And that is a fact. You know what I noticed? Like over time, my content has actually grown without me even having to be like on a constant like upload cycle. I've noticed that, especially with the YouTube Shorts. Specifically, I made a video about I forgot what it was. It was like some trick about my car. Like earlier on the year. It was back in like I don't even think it was this year. I think it was last year.
It was like 3 years ago.
It was a long time ago. Big Nasty. I only reply to the comments every once in a while. That shit is sitting at 25,000 views. That shit has actually been climbing in views over time. It's become more popular over time. And I'm actually kind of invested in making more car content. So that's something that you might see in the near future from me. I might start uploading more specific car content. I might also do house content. Bro, McNasty, owning a house is fucking expensive. Why didn't you tell me this shit, bro?
Yeah, you already know it's expensive, man.
This is some bullshit, bro. A trash can with a soft closed lid. Listen to me. Should not cost $75. That's how much the Amazon Basics. Listen to what I'm talking about. The Amazon Basics kitchen trash can, 13 liters with a soft closed lid. That motherfucker is $75. I almost had an aneurysm in Walmart, bro. I was like, bro, there's no fucking way.
The thing is, bro, is that you're trying to jump levels. You're still a level 1.
Okay.
You can't just go out and buy the soft clothes, whatever you said, when you got shit to fix around the crib.
Okay.
So it's like you really wanted that fancy ass fucking trash can instead of getting some fucking dishes. See how that shit not making sense?
I had the dishes. No, I got the trash can after the dishes. I have the dishes. The dishes I got dishes.
A $75 trash can before you got some fucking curtains.
I had curtains at the time. I waited until I got the curtains. The curtains are fucking expensive too, McNasty.
Yeah, nah, curtains are expensive, bro.
For no reason, it's just fabric.
And you know what's wild? Back in the day, my mom would change the curtains like every season. I'm leaving them bitches up.
No, for real. You could just dead ass
just leave that shit up.
Let them hang.
Let them shits hang for like a year, switch them out.
That is a fact. But yeah, no, McNasty, I've learned that recently. So something So for anybody that's planning on moving out, a tip that I will give you, you can ask AI nowadays to actually make you a list of what are the essential items that you need to buy for every room of the house when you move into an apartment. That's actually how I actually figured out, oh, probably time to buy a trash can for the kitchen. So low key, that is the best tip I can give you once you move out. So you at least have an expense that you can plan out for the future before you buy the house.
Dude said, don't use your brain, just use ChatGPT.
No, deadass. This is actually...
You know you're gonna need a trash can. Why you had to ask ChatGPT for that?
Some people might not know that. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't fucking know that. Like I knew I needed a trash can. It's not like I don't know what a trash can is. I know I needed a trash can. I didn't know it was so essential when you first move into an apartment. I never thought of it.
I get you.
Yeah. So that is something that definitely helped me to make sure that I had the essential things to at least survive on my own for the most part. Yeah.
How long it took you to get toilet paper?
Toilet paper I got the same day I moved out. My parents actually bought like a 4-year supply, and my mom just gave me a bundle. She's like, "Take care, honey." I was like, "Oh."
No, she gave you the whole 4-year supplies?
No. Like one, they got the other fucking 3 years and 10 months. Oh shit! And that's something that what's it called? Like the old ladies at my job, they've also been like helping me to like figure out like, oh, you should buy this. Why haven't you bought that? And then I go like, yo, like shit is expensive. And they like, oh, they be giving me the hookup. So you have to look for like deals, something that somebody put me onto, search specifically for clearance within like 5 or 10 mile radius of wherever the house is. And you'll find every store that's going out of sale. And then they'll have like good deals and shit like that. You can find it that way.
You want the real sauce?
What's that?
It's gonna cost you a little bit of money up front, right?
Oh, how much money are we talking?
So listen, this is what you do. You already got the TV set up. You good, right? Okay. You do need some couches.
I do need couches. I need a lot of furniture.
But wait. You get a couch, just somewhere for people to sit, you know?
Correct.
Have a housewarming party. You get all your appliances from there.
Okay.
That's the only thing, though, because you can't just bring them into an apartment. Everybody's sitting in plastic chairs. That's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. It gotta look homey. Like you actually live and prosper in this home. In the home. Then you invite your whole family.
All right.
In the tri-state area, everybody invited.
Anybody that can make it in a car.
Everybody's invited. Half of them are gonna come. The half that don't come, if they real ones, they're gonna send you something with somebody else.
Nah, that's facts. That is a factual statement.
And then from there, you'll be set. They'll give you appliances. What I got the most of was like appliances, silverware, like glasses. Like I have champagne glasses that I haven't even opened. Like I just have random shit. But I'm telling you, bro.
That's a good life hack.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. All you need is like you're gonna get the couches regardless. So do it now while you're still in that new home buy phase. Have that party, you'll be straight.
Now I feel like I'm gonna be in the new home buy phase for a little bit.
You can't be living in here for a year and
it's not gonna be for a year. I'm gonna live
a housewarming party.
So I'm gonna live here a little bit longer than that. For right now, what I'm planning on is to remodel this apartment within the next 1 to 3 years, and then by year 4 or 5 is when I actually want to move out and go to a different living arrangement. That's kind of the goal that I'm aiming for right now.
So you're saving the party for the next one?
I'll have a party once my fiance is here. We'll have like a party, like just to get everybody like situated and greeted and stuff like that. But yeah, that'll definitely be within the next year.
So if you have that party, right? I'm guessing you're gonna be all happy. You're gonna be drinking and shit, right?
Yes.
Is Steven gonna come out?
Probably not.
Damn, he's tucked away forever.
Maybe you'll get a special episode. I don't know. Fucking, we'll see.
Like Steven in front of your fiance, bro. That's great.
No comment.
Steven making an appearance is crazy. In the big 2025.
That would be insane, actually.
Nah, he been suppressed for like 3 years now.
It hasn't been 3 years, has it?
Bro, yeah, it has been. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I don't think it's been 3 years. I'd probably say it's probably like...
Steven almost came out when we were drinking in your living room, but you passed out.
I did pass out before. I'm washed, McNasty. I ain't gonna lie. I'm washed.
Dude said, I'm already home. I'm gonna just sleep right here. with a house full of people.
Nah, that a whole party going on.
We could have really.
Classic.
Nah.
Yo, middle playing dominoes. Like, yeah, nah, I was cooked that night. I was cooked. Nah, it's been a minute like that. But McNasty, that brings us to the end of this episode. Do we have anything upcoming that we want to talk about or bring up to the audience?
Expect some guests in the upcoming future.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it, man. We're already in episode, 6?
This is episode 6 already. Damn.
6, halfway through the season.
Halfway through. Fuck, that's great. We're doing good numbers. We're actually on pace. I think this is the most consistent we've been on since season 1. Because season 1, we were really consistent with that.
Now imagine if the audio on those first episodes wasn't fucked up. We
Nothing but bangers.
booming right now.
Technically, we would be on episode 7 because there's an episode that unfortunately we have no audio to due to a technical difficulty. But that was a banger of an episode. Every topic we talked about was absolutely heat. Should we revive some of those topics in future episodes, or do we just let them be in the past?
Those episodes can't be recreated, man. You
Nah,
got,
that's facts. That is facts.
man.
But that brings us to the end of this episode. If you guys like the episode, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. Make sure that you go on to. I streamed for 3 days in a row over the weekend, McNasty.
Bro, nobody heard you.
You heard my team. We were playing the Battlefield.
Heard the team perfect.
Yeah, we were playing Battlefield 6, and I'm not gonna lie, McNasty. Rating. What do we think on the beta so far?
It's good. I like it.
If you had to give it a rating, what would you give it?
It was very cool.
Yes.
I'll give it a 8.
An 8 out of 10?
Yeah, 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 is a fair rating.
So, as a person who's played enough Battlefields, there is only one. This is actually my favorite Battlefield out of all the Battlefields I've ever played. The only thing that is a pain in my ass that I wish they fix before this game launches is the fact that you can only have 4 people in your party. But it's like, what if I have more than 4 friends that want to play at the same time? I can only run fucking quads? Like, no, you have a fucking 64-player map. I should be able to run multiple teams and have everybody on a different team, and then we can do it like that. That would be even crazier because we could play like team objectives where it's like, all right, whoever gets the most kills on this team wins. That shit would be tough, bro. Bro, Battlefield has to think outside the box when it comes to like shit like that. Like they have a masterpiece on this project. They just have to not fuck it up.
Yeah, hopefully that's something they update. Like, I heard a lot of people complain about the jets and stuff too, like the flying mechanics. So they're trying to, well, I don't know if they're trying to do anything with it, but a lot of people saying that it's really hard to fly.
They're not going to change that because that's always been the stick for like the Battlefield series. All of the vehicles, like their jets and aerial vehicles, feel like they're real life. So that's how it's supposed to feel. It's not by accident, it's on purpose. So that's probably not going to change. They're not going to make it more like GTA. That's not going to happen.
That should be hard though. But I do see people that are like jumping into jets, into other jets, doing some crazy stuff.
But that gives you more respect for them because that shit took way more skill than what you would actually imagine.
Yeah. So, but that's the only complaint I have. The only thing was sometimes the game modes were super long when the gameplay was stale. Like, let's say we're just beating up on a team crazy. You're kind of like, all right, come on, let's hurry this up. And then on the other side, if you're losing like crazy, you probably want that shit to get over with, right?
So the pacing was
like, eh.
I know which game modes you're talking about. Those normally tend to be on the larger scale maps. They tend to have game modes like that. But you have to remember, it's supposed to feel like a Battlefield. Sometimes war can go on for fucking hours or even days. So it really does feel like that. So that's why that game mechanic exists. And that's why they have the faster paced modes.
Yeah, it was cool though. Like this one was good because I had the other Battlefield. I played one in the past. I forget the name, but I didn't really like it.
Okay.
But this one, it was like, all right, I could get behind this. I could be a medic. I could do assault, and then you could play around with the other classes. I like how like you could upgrade your gun. That's pretty cool.
They actually adjusted it. You can actually upgrade your gun mid-game. In the middle of a match, you can do upgrade. And they almost did like a pick 10 system like Call of Duty, but it's technically like to 100 points. And then like Some of the attachments will be like 15 points. Other will be like the iron sights will be 5 points.
So yeah.
So they almost did like a system like that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. So you have to like really pick what you actually.
You have to balance the weapon. Like, you're not going to have like a fully kitted out gun going into fucking war. That doesn't make sense.
I'm still debating if I want to buy it. Because the thing is, it's like...
Nobody pre-order. Everybody make sure, do not pre-order this.
With me, it's like, all right, I really like this game. But now I got to wait 2 months to actually like buy it. And it's like, am I still going to want to play it as bad as I do now? Which is usually never the case. Something else happens. Yeah, so it's like, it's whatever. Or I'll just wait till it goes on sale. One of the two.
So Call of Duty, the same week, the week right after they announced the beta for Battlefield 6, Call of Duty actually put out their Call of Duty 7 trailer. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I did see it.
I don't know how I feel.
They added an extra jump, like you can jump on a wall and then jump on another wall.
But they had something similar like they've had something similar like that. It was.
Bro, I'm tired of Call of Duty, man.
Now they're doing a lot of different things. So for instance, you can now do co-op story mode.
That's what they always say, man. They doing a lot of different shit and it's just some bullshit. That's why I'm not playing 2K. I'm done. I'm not doing Madden. I did play NCAA. I got the newest one of that, but that's because like I owed it to them. You feel me?
All right. Personally, I'm not gonna pre-order anything. I'm not gonna actually buy the game flat out. I'm actually gonna get the EA, their Game Pass service. So essentially, instead of paying fucking $60 or $100 for one of the two base model or the premium model, I can actually get the premium model for a monthly fee of like $16, $14, something like that. And then technically, until I don't hit month 6. I would have broken even on the game. So that's what I'm going to do personally.
So if you want to keep playing it, you had to keep the membership. But what if you...
If the game is that good to keep me going, I might keep the membership. I'm not going to lie. Okay. I might buy the game at that point, actually.
So you're going to double dip?
I'll double dip. I'll buy the game. Because eventually you will exceed the value of buying the game a second time. If you have a subscription service and you only bought it for one specific game, yeah, at that point you have to buy the game. It's not going to make sense if you keep paying for the subscription if you're not playing any of the other games in that service. Yeah. EA has some good games, but mostly like sports games. So it really depends. But that brings us to the end.
It ended 20 minutes ago.
We went on a fucking tangent at the fucking episode.
Bro,
Talk about fucking Rainbow Six. See you in the next one.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Nah, this is good.
Nigga added a whole